Welcome to Tai Chi. Everybody ready? Let's warm up. Hands at your waist, turn your neck. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Stretch your neck. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Turn your shoulders. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Other way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Expand your chest. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Waist exercise. Keep the arms closer to the head. Force the hips and waist to turn. Peek at the heel of your opposite foot. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Airplane. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Touch toe. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Turn your hips. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Other way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Be careful. Shift your weight to the left foot. Kick your right foot. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Other side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Kick your butt. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Turn your knees with your whole body. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Other way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Heisman, opening up your span, parallel feet, choose the right side, cross and sit on that side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Cross and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Other way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay? Golden cockerel, good Tai Chi posture, dropping the shoulders, tucking the butt. Tucking the butt is really important, but I know that you know that, and I know that you implement it right now, but I don't always see you implementing it when you actually do your Tai Chi. So think about that, okay? All right, so tucking your butt allows you to hollow your chest and drop your shoulders and all the rest, okay? Golden cockerel, spiral, counterbalance. Push down, pull up. The higher you want your foot to go, the higher that forward hand comes up. Everything is in coordination. Last one. Gathering the energy, 50, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, and tuck the elbows, spiral out, spiral down, spiral up, spiral out, spiral down, center spiral, disperse the spiral, gather, center, watch it, last one. Holding our ball, out to the side, ward off. Pause, turn hips and waist, bring down the bird's tail, turn, contact, push the energy, separate the energy, roll back, sit down. Pause, then up, and then out. Sit back, sit down, twist. Holding your ball. Out L, forearm the guy. Turn hips and waist, reposition. Bring down the bird's tail. Contact, turn, push. Okay, listen more carefully. And try to change your sit back, sit down, twist step, holding your ball. Step out L, move the energy from the back foot, turn the hips and waist, bottom hand advances, ward off. Push the guy out, but not just flimsily. How do you get that power? That power came from the back foot and through your core. Bow stance, pause. Turn the hips and waist, reposition the hands. Drag down by sitting back, sitting down, turning at the hips and waist. Right hand comes further back, then meets the left or forward hand, then turns the hips and waist, power comes out. Roll back and sit down. Pause, come up and lunge forward powerfully. Sit back, sit down, twist step, center with a ball, store that energy. Out L, forearm, use the core, push them out. Pause. Are you in good Tai Chi posture? The answer can be probably not in my best, but you probably need to fix that posture up. If you're in a martial arts situation, all you need to do is acquire some space, but not give your body a tilt to let you be a prey. Now, turn the hips and waist, reposition the hands as if you're going to pull down that person. How? just a hand and wrist movement. No, your power of your core. You're going to sit down, sit back, get the weight in the back by lifting off the toe of the front. The left hand or back hand goes further back. As it turns, it contacts, the energy pushes from the middle, separates and rolls back, and sit down to push him down. Push him up, push him out. You have to push a guy out. You're not going to use just your fingers and your wrists. You're going to use your core. Sit back, sit down, twist step, center, ball, root down. Okay, you should feel power in that back foot because you're grounded. You're rooted down. Therefore, when we step out on an L, only now the power comes through the sole of our foot, up through our system, out through the tips of our forearm fingers. Turn the hips and waists, reposition the hands, drag him down. Where's that power? Right here, by sitting down, sitting back, turning at the hips and waists to look back. Back hand goes further back, meets up with the left or forward hand, turn at the hips and waists, powers that energy through the middle of the body, rolls back and sits down to push him down. Push him up, push him out. Okay, with that same powerfulness, that's how this movement can be improved. Do it on your own. Test your powers. Sit back, sit down. Test your powers. You should feel strength. You should feel power. Okay, let's move on to closing form. Sit back, sit down, pivot, open pivot, in pivot, embrace first, move the right foot over, turn at the wrist. You're going to cup all that energy, pull it up, bring it closer to you, push him away, use the force of the left wrist to push it out. How do you close? Drop the shoulders, tuck the elbows, flex the knees. Gravity takes you all back home, okay? Watch me now, okay? So what I'm trying to do is trying to standardize the ward off or grasping of the bird's tail. Okay? So you see that if you were to put up your index finger, my spine is probably pretty straight. A lot of times I see people warding off like this, or even warding off like this. The spine went forward. You need to keep that spine straight, otherwise you're practicing to be a victim of a fall or an accident. So whatever it takes for the core to stay erect. You don't want to arch the back, neither do you want to hunch the back, but you want that still the dropping of the shoulders and the good posture of the spine. Once you ward off a person, you are especially aware of the space, because if you ward off too much, everything's going to shift your balance. So it's only a certain amount of space that keeps you straight up. After you pause at that point, you then turn your hips and waists. You don't reach out here to get into the next position. You ward off, turn the hips and waists, then do this. Don't do this, don't do this. Don't do this, but do this. Okay, we are in this position now. We want to get back. So how do we get back? We don't just use our hands and figure it out that that's the way to do it. We leave our hands here. We sit back, we sit down. We sit back, we sit down. That is the power. Sit back, sit down. Turn slightly. Left hand or backhand takes a spiral, meets here, turns here, pushes out from the center. Rolls back and sit down, weighted further down. Then come up with that energy and come out. Still good Tai Chi posture. Sit back, sit down. Why? Because we want to store energy to allow only the weightless foot to pivot. Root down, but store it even more once you're on a T to create a weightless foot. With that energy, we step out, we leave the energy still where it is. We make that energy grow, turn our hips and waist, ward off, just within that space that we need. Pause, turn the hips and waist, then reposition the hands. Still in my bow stance. Sit down, sit back, look back. Backhand comes up higher, then comes down lower, then turn the hips and waist, push the energy through, separate, roll back, sit down. Why? He's still at us. We need the power to push him up, push him out. Okay, I'm going to turn this way because we're going to work a little bit on our closing form. So this is push him out. So if we push him out flimsy like this, it's not going to work. We've got to engage our core. We've got to engage our core in Tai Chi. Sit back, sit down. Bottom matches the top. Pivot out, bottom matches the top. Pivot in, bottom matches the top. We want to close. We want to tuck. We want to embrace the tiger. Right hand is here. Right hand can't be here and like this. It has to be engaged. This is the stuff that's going to keep me more in balance. Once I come here to embrace, I strengthen this grounded foot so that I can create a weightless foot to move it in. Turn the wrist this way. I still have power in both of my feet. I bring that energy up as if to bring up the tiger. Chest level, I then push the tiger slightly in to create the energy that I need in my left arm, not necessarily just my wrist, to push. So you need to get that contact to push it out. Separate, make myself small. Drop my shoulder, flex my knee, tuck my elbow. Gravity takes me down, wrap around, shift the weight, toe. Okay, all right. Let's start with our right grasping of the bird's tail. On a T stance, be aware of where your energy is stored and how much you can store. The more you can store your energy, the more you're able to use your core. Okay? Right hand on the bottom, right foot ready to go, T stance, storing the energy. Step out on an L, move the energy, turn the hips and waist, bottom hand gets ready to forearm. And ask yourself, am I in good Tai Chi posture? I'm following my forward hand. Pause there, turn the hips and waist, don't do anything with your hands until now. Now, how are we gonna sit back and sit down? Sit back, sit down. Don't move your hands. Backhand is higher and further back. Contact, no energy expended. Turn at the hips and waist, energy expended, middle of the body, push out. Separate, roll back, sit down, root down. Push him up. Leave the energy to push him out. All the way out, okay? But don't keep your Tai Chi posture. Sit back, sit down, twist step, center with the ball. root down, storing that energy, step out, L, move the energy, turn the hips and waist, bottom hand advances, forearm, just what you need, just the space you need. Turn the hips and waist, then reposition your hands. Sit down, sit back. Slightly turn at the hips and waist to look back. Back hand or right hand comes and contacts. Turn again at the hips and waist, push from the middle. Separate the energy, roll back, push him down. That means you have to lower yourself. Then to power to come up and then out. Sit back, sit down, twist, open pivot, still good Tai Chi posture. In pivot, embrace, root down on the left to allow the weightless right to come in, turn at the wrists, then pull that energy and tiger up, push him slightly closer, power of the left pushes out the right, palms are down, make yourself small. Drop the shoulders, flex the knees, tuck the elbow, gravity takes you back home, okay? Let's do it.